Hey everyone, it's ScotRail 96 here. Welcome to another Train Sim World 4 Roadmap video. Today I thought I'd take a look at the April update that was released by Dovetail Games last week. There's a little short overview of what you can expect in this roadmap update. As you can see, there's some notable new additions, but as always, let's dive straight into the details. We will start with the next piece of content that will be coming to the game, and that is the the Semmeringbahn route in Austria. Even though I've made a video about this route in more detail, what's interesting that Dovetail have spoke about the Semmeringbahn route in this roadmap update is that their teams are looking into adding a small number of Österreich Bundesbahn 1116 services to the S-Bahn Vorarlberg, which has been heavily requested. I suppose this will be released shortly after the Semmeringbahn route in an update. Dovetail will share more news when they're ready to release these services to the S-Bahn Vorarlberg. Now let's touch on some brand spanking new things that have been added to the roadmap. Firstly, we'll start with a UK locomotive add-on. The ScotRail BR Class 380 finally is making its long-awaited debut in Train Sim World. It's been rumoured, speculated pretty much since the release of the Glasgow Cathcart Circle, which was released nearly 3 years ago, but now it's finally coming to Train Sim World. Now, for those of you who don't know what the Class 380 is, it's an electric multiple unit that comes from the Desiro family of trains, but features a design unique to ScotRail. They have been running services on Scotland's electrified rail network since 2010, including the likes of the Glasgow Cathcart Circle, but also a brief stint on the Edinburgh to Glasgow route, when it was first electrified. As you can see, the 4-car Class 380-1 has been constructed, albeit the interior is not yet finished. The 3-car 380-0 will also be represented, which will allow for 3, 4 and 6-car services across an all-new Glasgow Cathcart Circle timetable, making use of both the 314 and the 380. Dovetail will share more about this loco add-on soon, but what you can expect is all the playable services you're used to, plus a few which were missing, and a much richer Glasgow Central AI. It'll be much more busier, which is great. It's too early to say whether it will appear on the ScotRail Express route, although Rivet Games are keen to explore whether they can use the Class 380. Hopefully it does. And it'll probably have a better sound package than the Class 385. Either way, the Class 380 is a thumbs up from me. That's going to be good. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Let's turn our attention to some German stuff now, courtesy from TSG Train Sim Germany. He is excited to announce the re-release of the DBBR 101, now in a meticulously crafted expert version. This aims to serve players who are interested in a much more detailed, authentic experience. The new Expert Edition not only is a complete rework of the DBBR 101, but also comes with a brand new cab car, the BPMM BDZF cab control car, which will enhance the immersive experience for enthusiasts. The cab car has been heavily requested and long overdue, but it's good to see that it's coming to Train Sim World. Key features of this expert version include 2 cab variants of the 101, MFD and MFA, new refined physics for a more realistic simulation, fully functional screens within the cab, including abilities like disabling specific traction motors, extensive fault simulation if enabled, energy counters to measure how efficient you drive, realistic door operation with TBO and SSTF door control systems, full digital displays, real train data input, new sound recordings, upgrading the older sound recordings, which were captured, I think, 3 or 4 years ago. The machine room, or the engine room, has been modelled this time, so players can enter it and explore. And there's also an accessible driving mode for setting the functionality to a level typical of other Train Sim World locomotives. To set expectations with the inclusion of these advanced features, enthusiasts can unfortunately expect a higher price point, reflective of the brand new expert locomotive category. So Dovetail is trying to find more ways to milk this game dry. The TSG team are currently exploring the options of where the Expert 101 will work in the timetable mode. Hopefully, it will just sub into all the existing services that the 101 has at this moment in time. But as of note, the original DBBR 101 will not be altered or scrapped. It will continue to exist as a separate add-on. Staying on the TSG's portfolio of work, another loco add-on, which I think was rumoured way back in 2021 and actually revealed on the roadmap, I think it was like June, July, something like that of 2021. The DBBR 218 has also been revealed. Finally, it's coming to the game. It will be its main work of its main route of work will be the Hauptstrecke Hamburg to Lübeck, which is an old route from Train Sim World 2. Now, the DBBR 218 is a classic German hydraulic locomotive which originates from the 1960s. It was built to work mixed traffic. They became well known throughout the remainder of the 20th century as the backbone of Deutsche Bundesbahn's mainline diesel fleet. For Train Sim Mode 4, the DBBR 218 marks the first mainline diesel locomotive from Germany and focuses on the examples fitted with the TB11 engine. The 218 will come with its own version of the DB Endwagen coaches, complete with the Karlsruhe Kop cab car, which has altered cab controls used for remotely operating diesels. The 218 was once common on the Hauptstrecke Hamburg-Lübeck line, and that is where it will be most at home. But it will also make a natural fit on the more recently released Maintalbahn, which is a nice touch. And finally, in terms of new content that's been put into this roadmap, Dovetail wanted to announce that Just Trains are working hard on another new UK route. It doesn't say, when it's coming, where's it going to or from, what time period, what the locomotives or multiple units will be, but another UK route from Just Trains. I think that's a thumbs up from everyone, isn't it? After the hugely successful Blackpool Rangers line, hopefully the next route from Just Trains will be maybe even a step better. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. Touching on third-party updates, Rivet Games is back on the agenda with the 5 Circle line. It had a pretty terrible release, as far as I'm concerned. The scenery at times was horrendous. The timetable is not even finished. It's not completed. But since then, Rivet Games have confirmed they are working hard on a big post-release update, which will include new services, 33 of them, to be added to the base layer for the Class 170 to operate services from Edinburgh Waverley to Cowdenbeath, 6 rail tour services using the Flying Scotsman, 2 more rail tour services using the Black Jubilee, the West Cornwall Loco Pack, or Steam Loco Pack, as well as many more improvements from community feedback, apparently. Hopefully that fixes the scenery. We'll have to wait and see. But what Dovetail say is that Rivet Games has already made a good deal of progress on these improvements to the timetable, and are hoping to release them as soon as possible. Rivet Games have also reaffirmed their commitment to adding the 11 branch for the 5 Circle routes once the branch has reopened and their teams can begin work. Staying on the Scottish front, Skyhook Games, not ScotRail Games, they have been making a good deal of progress with changes for the BR Class 158, and they've given us a list of what you can expect to be different with this version of the Class 158 compared to the Midland Mainline version. As far as the exterior is concerned, there is a new snowplow, new air conditioning roof vents, remodelled headlights, new door buttons, new drop light window arrangement. For the cab, there is a new fan and some new wiring, a new additional phone, a new AWS plunger, new reverser, and some additional screens and fuses. For the interior, changes for the passengers, there is new seating, new luggage racks, remodelled disabled toilet areas, new bike racks, and a new PIS display. The Class 158 will support both the Edinburgh to Glasgow route and the 5 Circle line. for routes in Train Sim World, with a set of 3 scenarios as well as timetable and journey chapters in each. Their teams are currently investigating whether to include the Class 158 in timetable services, which is a bit strange considering that they just said in the sentence above that timetables will be included, but okay, fair enough. Either way, Skyhook Games will share more updates as well as screenshots in the coming weeks. Staying with Skyhook Games, sadly, the Cargo Line Volume 2 Aggregates Pack, or the Cash Grab Pack as I call it, is not too far away from release. The Aggregates Pack basically will come with the HOA Bogie Hopper Wagon, which will provide a new gameplay in the form of scenarios and services for both Great Western Express and the Midland Main Line. The pack will provide 2 variants of the HOA Hopper, both coming in several different conditions to enhance the realism, and you will also have the opportunity to load the wagons with stone for hauling during the scenarios. Skyhook have also added 2 new scenarios for Southeastern High Speed with this pack. And finally, and as far as big patches and updates is concerned, the Spring Core update, I think, has been released with improvements to, as well as key fixes to the core systems and a range of changes to the London Overground Goblin Line or Suffragette Line, the Maintailbahn, Bahnstrecke Rosenheim to Salzburg, and the Österreich Bundesbahn 4024, alongside a range of other small improvements to various routes. And yeah, there we are. I think that will do. If you'd enjoyed this video, make sure to hit like, subscribe, and hit the notifications bell so you don't miss an upload. And as always, I will see you next time. Thank you very much for watching. Take care.